Hey guys, this is Brian, Tops Vendors 316, and went on eBay the other day looking for some cards to buy, and basically came across some of these TCMA cards. There's 37 here, and I have some of these cards from when I was a kid. Actually, I got some 1980s, but these are from 1977, and I just like the old vintage pictures that they have that they depict here. This set here is Series 1 of 6 from the 1977 Renato Galasso collection, I guess they'd say it. But basically it shows stars from the 50s. This is set 1. And again, like I said, there's 6 sets to the series. The next set is stars of the 40s, 30s, 20s, and onward. And they're not too terribly expensive to buy. I mean, to be honest with you, this set came up for $6. And that's all I paid for these. With shipping, it was about $10 total. But it has some of the greats from the 50s in it. And also I got to reading up on some of the background of the company that sold these cards, and also the two guys that started the company, TCMA. And basically TCMA is a collaboration between two guys, Tom Colliers and Michael Ehrenstein. And Michael Ehrenstein, who is still alive today, he was the one that kind of started the company of the cards and whatnot. And he basically would take these cards. He had the photo rights to a lot of the players back in the day, and he would be able to do a lot of printing for that. And he was licensed and stuff. He did a lot of stuff out of his basement basically back in the day when he lived in New York. And started back in the Bronx. He lived like about 2 minutes from Yankee Stadium in the Polo Grounds, and he was collecting cards from back in 1947 basically. And back then, I guess, as most of you know, they were called strip cards. And he had the 48 Bowmans, the 51 Bowmans, and penny packs and things like that. And he would go down and buy his stack of baseball cards for minuscule amounts. You know, he'd buy 24 packs for 85 cents. I mean, you talk about a deal. But anyways, he even had some of the cards that are definitely worth maybe the millions these days. And he sold everything, including his T206 complete set that had the Honus Wagner in it, as well as the La Jolla and the Play Ball. And he sold all those back in 1984. And but anyways, he lost his beloved Yankees. They left the town there, but 3 years later the Mets came to the area, and kind of got his interest back into starting the card company again. So basically he got together with his uncle, who had a lot of cards, started a company, and then met met Tom Colliers, I'm sorry, and they started their basically their company called TCMA. And basically they sold cards from stars from the 50s and 60s, some color and some black and white. I kind of like these black and whites. And but they sold a lot of them through the years. But they also started selling minor league cards. That's kind of what really kicked off their money making. They had their first set featured a lot of Pacific Coast League players, and also some Bowman from players. And in 1978 is when they became available for sale. And the first minor league set that they sold was a 1940s Sacramento Salons set, and it's worth about $2,000 today. But one card that came out of these minor league sets that still holds some pretty good value is the Rickey Henderson card, and it's back when he played for the Ogden A's, and it's a 1909 card of Rickey Henderson. Up in some of the grades, still go for a pretty good penny, and it's pretty neat to look at those cards and see some of the history as to where they came from. But unfortunately, Tom Collier's passed away. Mike kept the company going, and later his son basically is kind of running the show for what they call now as a photo file. And basically what they have now is a collaboration with the NFL and the NBA and Major League Baseball, and they provide basically photos, and they basically have the rights to taking pictures of all these stars of the day, and I guess they do large print photos of all these guys. But I just thought it was an interesting thing to find out some of the background on these cards here, because like I said, I just enjoy the old photos of these guys, and this set here had a lot of great stars in it, and it also, you know, was really nice set to have, and got some cards that, you know, I can say I got a Mickey Mantle card. You know, it might not be a true Mickey Mantle. I got a Satchel Paige card here, and then there's an Ernie Banks there. I got some, you know, these are actual photos of these guys from the 50s. So, you know, they might not be the most valuable, but to me they're just pretty neat to have and collect. And some of the part of the story, like I said, was, you know, the Renata Galasso side of it. You know, like I said, she provided, you know, she sold these cards through her store that was on in the Bronx, or in Brooklyn. But like I said, Series 1 here, it's the 1950 stars, and it's basically numbered from 1 to 45, and I'm missing a few out of this one. I got 37 of the cards here, so I'll probably go out and buy the others to kind of complete this set. But I'm kind of thinking of making this kind of a goal, is to get the complete all 6 series, which is a total of 270 cards, which, you know, isn't too terribly much. And like I said, these are not too terribly expensive to buy either. But Series 2 was issued in 1979, and it depicts stars of the 30s, which includes Ruth and Gehrig. Series 3 was released in 1980, and again depicts stars of the 20s, Ruth and Gehrig, Lefty Grove. And then Series 4 depicts the star, as released in 1981, depicts stars of the 1910s, which is Ty Cobb, Christy Mathewson, Nap LaHoy. And Series 5, issued in 1983, depicts stars of the 1933 All-Star Game, which was kind of different, but pretty neat to have there. And it was held at Comiskey Park in 1933. And that's a little short set. And Series 6 was issued in 1984, which was basically a variation of different feats that stars accomplished back in that day of the early 1900s. But anyways, I just wanted to run through these cards and just show you and kind of give a little background of, you know, kind of where the name came from and the logo and whatnot, and just to let you take a look at these. I'm not sure if anybody else has any of these out there, but like I said, I thought it was a pretty cool deal, and I'm looking forward to picking up some more. So anyways, I appreciate y'all watching, and like I always say, collect like you're a kid.